Rhyme and reason. Okay, so we're going to take a look at 4 different approaches to rhyming, or 4 different rhyme schemes. The first one is basic couplets. So couplets would be where a line ends with a word that rhymes with the end of the second line. So for example, I'm picking up the pace as I walk down the street. There's a rhythm, I can feel it in the beat. The second type of rhyme scheme would be a direct rhyme. So 2 words that rhyme perfectly, just like we did with beat and street or feet, something that rhymes directly. The third type of rhyme would be an internal rhyme. The internal rhyme is a line that rhymes within the framework of that same sentence. So, for example, there's a lump in my throat and I'm struggling to cope as I choke on these very words. So there was 3 internal rhymes, all within the framework of that one sentence. The fourth type of rhyme is a near rhyme, sometimes known as a slant rhyme or an imperfect rhyme. This would be for words such as worm and swarm, or fate and save. So the vowel is the same or similar, but the consonant might be different. So let's take a look at these type of schemes, but in context of a song. So we're going to take Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus as an example. So when you look at the first verse, you can see that the words immediately use an internal rhyme on the first phrasing. So we clawed, we chained our hearts in vain. Chain and vain. You can see those words underlined. It's in the same framework, the same sentence, but they're rhyming immediately. We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain. We jumped, never asking why. We kissed, I fell under your spell, a love no one could deny. Now, you can already start to hear how the melody attaches to this because of the way that the rhythm is in place. Even when you read the words, there's rhythm to them. So the song could be at different tempos, but the rhythm of the words in the way that they're formed creates sense. You can also see 2 types of rhymes here. So on the end of the second and the fourth line of that first verse, you can see a direct rhyme and a couplet, why and deny. And then chained and vain, fell and spell, those are the internal rhymes on line 1 and 3. You can see this same type of scheme that's repeated but with a little more repetition. So in the pre-chorus, don't you ever say, I just walked away, I will always want you. I can't live a lie, running for my life, I will always want you. So 2 and 4 repetition. Imperfect rhyme, or near rhyme I should say, on line 3. So I can't live a lie, running for my life. But it's also a near rhyme and an internal rhyme. Okay, so moving on to the chorus. I came in like a wrecking ball. Okay, so this is where it starts to use a metaphorical understanding to break down the views of the protagonist against the antagonist. I never hit so hard in love. So we've got ball, love, which are kind of rhyming. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was break me. Yeah, you wrecked me. Yeah, you wrecked me. Okay, so this is where they start to break the rhyme scheme. In breaking a rhyme scheme can really help to make a point. From a harmonic sense, that section there is left unresolved, which really helps to hammer home the point of yeah, you wrecked me. It doesn't end on the major like the chorus starts on the major. As we move on to the second verse, you'll see that the scheme is identical to the first verse, even though the story has moved on by this point. I put you high up in the sky, and now you're not coming down. It slowly turned, you let me burn, and now we're ashes on the ground. So you've got your couplet direct rhyme on down and ground, but then you've also got the internal rhymes on high and sky and turn and burn. This helps the rhythm of the lyrics flow so much more easily. Okay, so that's one example. Let's take a look at another song. Okay, so Perfect by Ed Sheeran. You can see I've not underlined any words here. I just want to make it a little harder for you. Have a read through, see what you can pick out. I'm just going to give you a couple of tips. So on this first verse, I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. You've got a couplet that's near rhyme. Me and lead. It rhymes on vowels but not on consonants. That makes it a near rhyme. Let's take a look at the chorus. So, baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms. Spot the rhyme? Barefoot on the grass, listening to our favourite song. When you said you look a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Whole bunch of near rhymes there to analyse.